So we will call the Board of Selectmen meeting to order at 8:30 a.m. Are we gonna start right off with Laura and then
Yes.
go to the rest of the stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Good morning, Laura.
Morning.
Now I got nothing coming.
But the two things you need for Laura, I printed so that you could write on, so that's okay.
Yeah, you got the two ordinances for Laura right there.
No, I mean, that's fine, but
Which one do we want to start with? The junkyard?
Well, the junkyard one's easy.
Perfect, let's start with that one.
Okay. Are we going into non-public or are we just doing this?
Do
Or
we need to?
I don't think we need to.
okay. All right. So the junkyard one is fine. Two things I noticed. First, since we're not requiring inspections in New Hampshire anymore, in section 3, I would take out is not currently registered. I would take out and inspected.
Perfect,
Yeah.
yep, that makes sense.
And then in section 5B, I would strike commercial because then people start thinking they have to be buying and selling and they don't. So strike commercial.
Good idea.
And you have number 4 in there twice. So just put it in there once.
We're,
You have it in there, and then you have it.
Section 8, number 5.
You also have it.
Section 8, number 5, you said, yep. Any unlicensed. Where would it make more sense to have it? Under section 8.
Oh,
under
yeah,
the-
leave it where it is and take it out of section 8.
Take it out of section 8.
Yep.
section 8, number 5.
And leave it here, okay.
I don't.
the-
Number 5, the nuisance,
Nuisance declaration,
okay,
yeah,
so take that out completely.
yep, okay.
And then just in your penalties, you had just some contradictory language. So section 3 penalties, you had civil penalties of $50 a day, continues beyond the correction period, but then you had penalties accrue beginning on the date of the notice of violation.
Okay,
Behind the
So
correction.
it should be beginning the day of they begin the day of the violation, but let's have it begin the day of the notice of violation.
Okay.
So we just add that verbiage there, Laura, on both of those?
Nope, just civil penalties of up to $50 per day may be assessed for each day the violation continues, beginning on the day of the notice of violation is mailed. Could like combine them.
Okay, perfect.
In the next bullet point, you had a question mark after Grafton County Superior Court. I didn't know why you had a question.
Is that the correct court?
Yep.
That it would go to? Okay,
that's what we were requesting.
we weren't sure if that was right or not.
Yes.
Bless you.
Number 4 is true. You can do that. There's no need to put that in the ordinance because then people are going to be like all up in your grill to do that. So I would take that out, just knowing you have that authority.
Okay. Love it.
Okay.
Now, Laura, I had a couple questions. I want to do this, but in fairness to these people that have been doing this for quite a few years and we've let it go and haven't said anything, can we give them a longer time frame to correct it? Like now it's snowing and it's gonna be a challenge to be able to take care of all this.
Yeah.
Like April 1st or something like that, or.
Yeah. So if you have certain properties identified, I would start probably not with a Merry Christmas letter, but maybe after the first of the year.
Yes, okay,
Let them know that you've adopted this ordinance, send it to them, let them know that they have a property you believe is probably in violation of the ordinance, that you understand that there's snow on the ground and there's limited measures they can take at this point. But come spring, you're going to begin enforcing this ordinance. And so they might want to take steps to begin to come into compliance now. And then
Okay.
as the snow melts, like we can really get out there and see what's out there.
okay. sounds reasonable.
Really
As
good.
I was just concerned, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I hate them, but I mean, you gotta be reasonable. I
Yeah.
think, too.
Yeah, no, once the snow falls, there's almost nothing they can do about it.
Okay. What do they feel?
And
Well, I talked to his father,
Okay.
and he said, I've been trying to tell him now, that it's gonna be total up, so. And I drove up past it, we could.
Oh, no, it's
Yeah.
terrible. It's worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you, Laurie. I think-
Thank you.
The only question I have is when it comes to inspection, where there are gonna be no more inspections after January 1st. Does it need to
We
be-
just took that out.
We took it out.
Oh, you did? I thought
Yeah.
I heard, okay,
Yeah, right here.
yeah.
She see where it's crossed out? Yeah.
And Laura, while we're talking, now, I was gonna work with Andre on some reasonable, a reasonable way to structure it so that we can do building inspections and things like that, and have some rules. Is there a town that has a very reasonable, like, building inspector statute or something like that,
Or
or
checklist or.
checklist or article that we could adopt at town meeting, or? for
So,
Scott, or-
yeah, they just completely overhauled the building code statute. And Chris is our expert on that. And basically, you enforce the state building code. You don't really modify it.
Right.
And so you adopt that, and then you have a building inspector who does that. And if you're going to do that, you've got to do that for everyone. But I can hook you up with Chris and he can talk you through that.
Well, I
But it
think we
would
should.
have to be
I
done at
think
town
that's what-
meeting.
That's what we want, is to enforce the state building code. So we wanna keep
Okay.
it simple, we wanna keep it, you know,
and we have to redo the warrant article, correct, Laura? Because the warrant article for the building inspector, when we looked, was just to regulate the setback ordinance.
I will have to see that article. I don't know
Yeah.
what it said. But if you want to send me whatever article you have on building inspectors, yes, I will take a look at that. I will give it to Chris and I will connect Chris and Judy on what you need to do for a building inspector.
and I guess what is reasonable to have a building permit for? So that's another question I have for him. You know, if you're, if you're putting in 2 new bathrooms in your house, maybe you should have a building, maybe you should have a permit, because you're gonna raise the value of your property quite a bit. I mean, you know,
You mean so people that are doing interior work instead of just exterior?
yes, and that's common, I mean, that's normal.
That's in the building code.
Well, anything you do plumbing or electrical for, you need a permit for.
No, I
ICC
still need a
now.
build, and that's.
International
the
code.
state building code, right?
International Code
So we
Council.
need
It
a
used to be
warrant article to
VOCA.
adopt the state
Okay.
building code,
It's
then a
different
warrant
name,
article
but
to.
It's the same thing.
No, I don't know, she could probably combine all in one, but we'll talk to this
Yeah.
expert, her person on that.
That sounds good.
Hang on one second. The dogs want to come in now.
Yeah, Judy and I have been talking about the building
Yeah.
code thing because the veterans facility is looking for a certificate of occupancy from me, and I'm like, I can't give you a certificate of occupancy because that's a building code thing.
Yeah, you don't need it, well, you do for, you only in like a place with a liquor license or something.
They need a place of assembly permit.
Yes, assembly,
That's me, but a
Yeah,
certificate of occupancy is a function of the building code.
And we don't have those.
And
So
we don't
can
have
those,
So we need to have.
once
that.
we, yeah.
And you can't enforce parts of the building code. You're all in or you're all out.
No, all in or all out.
We should be all, I mean, it's time,
Mhm.
so.
Okay, so the junkyard ordinance is in good shape.
Okay, so.
Short-term rental ordinance, not so much.
Okay,
Yeah, that was pretty marked up.
That was pretty deep.
It's not just you. I do this to everyone.
Okay.
Because
okay,
someone looked at other short-term ordinances and said, this is good, and this is good, and this is good, and let's pull this part and this part and this part and put them all together, and that's going to be our ordinance, right?
yep, that's what I did.
That's what we did. I started and she. Oh, no, I did that with the junkyard one.
Well, the junkyard ordinance you pulled from one place, so you did good.
I did.
Okay. So let's talk about my comments, because most of them were questions.
Okay,
And it started with, how does this ordinance ensure compliance with building codes? And do you enforce the building code for anyone else? Because if you don't, you can't just enforce it for short-term rentals.
Okay,
Okay.
So
Um,
that's, because clearly we don't have.
so,
They have to
but
adopt
we
the
can
code,
ensure compliance with fire codes.
Yep, that's fine.
And then we can amend it after town meeting if we pass the building code.
You
Right.
can,
Right.
assuming that this ensures compliance with fire codes. And I think to some extent it does because it makes sure there's smoke detectors and egress routes and fire extinguishers. But
Yeah.
do you do that for regular single family homes?
No,
So I just want you to think about that because the Supreme Court has said, as much as everyone in the world likes to tell me short-term rentals are businesses and they're hotels and they're different, they're not. They're residential uses.
So that whole line needs to come out then.
No, I want you to leave it in there, but I want you to think about it. As we're going through this whole thing, I want you to think about that the Supreme Court has said, for zoning purposes at least, short-term rentals, they're not a hotel, they're not a motel, they're not a multifamily. They're a single-family residence. They're a
but
house.
you're saying we can keep it, but we
Keep
might
it for
get-
now, but just
Well,
keep it in the back of your mind.
We don't have zoning.
I know you don't.
Does that
We
help
don't
at
have
all?
building codes,
I know you don't.
No,
so.
what she's saying,
We already just said we're dropping the building code part.
Yeah.
We're- What we're kind of
Right.
thinking on right now is the insurance of
Compliance
compliance with
with
fire code.
and
Fire
I-
code.
The thing is, you can't amend it until we get the building code.
no, that's what I'm saying, yeah,
Okay.
right, but I think and Laura's saying, kind of leave it and see what happens.
Leave it in. Yep. Because this is something that the board's going to adopt, right? Not
I
town
think
meeting.
I think the difference here is that the people that live in their homes know what's going on, they know where they are, they know how to get out, they know everything that's going on. These short-term rental people walk in there, they have no idea if there's fire extinguishers, if there's a way out of the second floor, and they
Well,
don't
we
think.
recognize that, but if the Supreme Court doesn't recognize
Well,
that,
the
then,
thing is, she's saying just go with it and see what happens.
right.
I don't think,
If you get pushback, you're not gonna be able to push back on it.
I don't think an Airbnb owner is gonna bring us to the Supreme Court. I don't. think so.
You're so sweet, Scott. How did you get so sweet?
Well, fire those guys.
All right, let's move on beyond the fire codes. All right. So then you have an
Well,
annual, I added authority.
Okay.
Because you need that. Annual fee, you've got $100 annual permit fee. So your permit fee has to cover your actual costs in processing the permits. You're only inspecting every other year. So in the years you don't inspect, what does your permit fee cover?
Why are we only doing every other year?
The database. That
The
we,
cost
So
of,
that, yeah,
Why don't
the
we do it
database,
every-
we have,
because
what
that's
we're
what the
doing is,
ordinance says.
we're getting a database, management,
administration, it covers administration.
no, and we're gonna pay for this program where they come in and identify them all. And they tell us where they are, who owns them, and that type of thing. So there is a pretty hefty cost to that, actually.
Do you do that with long-term rentals?
No,
No,
Why not?
we could.
That's
well,
what-
then that would be,
Long-term meaning like people that rent for 12 months, and like people that are living in. Laura.
can I just ask a question? Does this? I'm wondering if this is gonna create more. I don't know.
No, I think we should do it. I think we should work our way through it.
Yeah.
I do. And I own 3 of them, but I don't really wanna hassle, but I think it's the right thing to do.
How do other towns get around it? Do they do it for long term too?
I'm just asking you questions. You can do it for long terms. If you're
Oh.
not doing it for long terms, why? Why are you doing it just for short terms?
He's saying we may get bagged.
Well,
Again,
because,
this is another one you may get.
Well,
wrong.
because-
Let me, in your rentals, do you have, like I do maybe like in a school or something where you've got, this is the exit and there's a sign that,
Yes, the insurance company makes us do that.
that's what I.
well, and I think
Oh,
long
my
term
next
rentals, the
question.
people are living there, they know the place, they know.
That's my,
I'm talking about,
Not
I'm talking about
actually-
short-term rent.
No, I'm answering Laura's
actually,
question.
no, we don't in the rentals, but believe it or not, in the rooms where the only door out is outside, we had to put it's how to get out of the room picture. Yeah, like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. So, I think Laura's saying that we may get caught on this one. I think we should just leave it the way it is and we may get caught.
Or maybe question.
Question, yeah.
Yeah.
This is my job, right?
That's your job to throw it out there. We may get caught. Question, not caught. Question.
I think that AMP we were gonna change
Yeah,
to
to
200.
200.
I gotta go look at my notes. That
But only every
we
2
marked-
years, I don't get that.
I think we felt there wasn't any reason to
To
go
do it
in
annually.
annually for magic one day. What do you think? Every 2 years is reasonable?
Probably it's reasonable,
Yeah.
unless they're, but this all dovetails really well with this building code discussion. So if the problem would be is if they do work illegally in that 2-year window. But if we have the building code with local enforcement, it makes it a lot easier for us to track what's happening.
Sure.
So that we know that they're changing up bedrooms, they're moving hallways, they're changing the
Exactly.
stairs, doors, changing out windows. Like all of that sort of stuff will now get captured. If we capture all that at the building code side, that will be advantageous. If we don't have the local enforcement of the building code, the state building code still applies. You still have to build things to the state building code. You just have to get your permits and all that sort of stuff through the state fire marshal, which is a pain in the butt, and they only have a few inspectors
That's
to
true.
come do the,
I can,
because that's
do
a
that.
pain in the neck. So local enforcement is the way to go. And it really helps us on, because the two businesses of building code and fire code dovetail very nicely together. So I think with building code, biannual inspection is probably fine. If we
Do
don't
you
get,
add a line in here maybe that suggests that unless modifications are made
yeah, that's a
within
good,
that two
That's a
year
good idea.
window?
that's a great idea.
yeah, that, I mean, that could-
But
Where,
they don't have to have a building permit to modify anything inside now.
No,
They
we're just saying
do,
they,
they just do it illegally.
Right, they will need,
They
if
will.
we
Well, not
adopt,
here, because we don't have.
well,
You don't
if
have
we
local-
adopt
Right.
this- it's-
You could have people self-certify in the year that there's no inspections, that no modifications have been made, that everything else is still met.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
and I think too, I'm just thinking tax wise. You can spend 150, 200,000 on the interior house. And your taxes aren't gonna go up, and they should. I rebuilt the whole downstairs of my house, ripped the whole floor out, I didn't need a building permit.
right,
And I spent more than my house cost to build it like 10 years ago. I mean, you know, and, you know, this will solve that problem too, because they'll have to pull permits when they do interior work, you know, if we
But
adopt that.
building permits aren't about taxes, they're about people staying alive.
I know, no, I know
too.
that, I know that,
They,
but they're also about taxes, I'm a greedy fish here.
That's what inventories are about. Do we require inventories?
No.
Okay.
We get them, but they're not required. Doesn't the state require them?
Nope,
To
it's up
send
to
them-
each town.
Huh?
It's up to each town.
Oh, I just thought that it was a state required thing.
What is that?
That it's
The inventories that people have to file each year so you know what to tax them on.
Oh, no, we don't do those. The PA 80s, 81s. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, most people don't do them.
Sounds like a wicked hassle.
Mhm. No, that's
Okay.
a form we, the Department of Revenue every year that says we don't do them.
so we'll have to modify
Yeah.
this section for after we adopt the building codes too, to include the building inspector then. If we're going to,
Yes,
if the inspection is gonna be in compliance with building codes as well as fire codes. I
Yep.
see your note.
Reasonable to work on this, like get this finalized and keep the building codes and like not adopt this until after town meeting, so it could be adopted with the codes?
I think we should adopt it now and then amend it.
Mhm.
Okay.
so. The building code covers construction of the building at the time that it was built. So a house, you know, if I owned one of these 1800s capes down on East Side Road or whatever,
Yeah,
it's not gonna comply with the building code. Because when it was built in the 1800s, there wasn't a building code, and the house, you know, one of the condos up here in the President Streets was built in the 80s,
yeah.
and that doesn't comply with today's building code. So.
So-
And
I
it
would- I
doesn't
would-
have
I
to
would-
until you touch it.
Right.
Right.
Once you touch it, then it has to, then
Even
it has
when
to
you-
come up
Touch it inside as well, or just outside?
inside.
Inside too.
The way our building permit works now is if you don't change the footprint, you don't need one.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing is. you
So
should have-
Because the building inspector was only adopted to regulate the setback ordinance, that's why it reads that way.
I
Or
would,
that's why the building permit,
I would leave the building code out of it. And the fire code, because the fire code changes and it is retroactive, like you have to keep.
You have to make the.
You have to keep
modifications.
making changes to your buildings to keep it in line with the fire code.
So that would be tough.
Right.
so what are we doing in number 4?
Leaving
Uh,
in fire code, taking out building code.
Right,
And then
we have some
Applicable.
language to change.
If it's applicable, that means it could be grandfathered,
Yeah,
because
are you gonna add self-certifying on off years?
yeah, self-certifying off you.
do you want me to work on this and then send you?
Sure, if you want to. Up to you.
It's in your machine, right?
Yeah,
No, I got it, well, I got
Oh,
it
she
too,
has it
because I
too, yeah.
I've already, I think I've done.
it
some,
doesn't, I won't be able to get to it until the end of the week, so.
Yeah.
well, it's not gonna go anywhere till another meeting. and-
Okay. All right. So we're done section 4.1. What else we got here? Section
Section
5.
5.
Ooh,
Y'all don't have a solid waste ordinance.
The operator shall ensure the renters comply with all town officers, including noise. Okay, yeah, we don't.
So let's take that out.
Yep.
And then in number 3, you've got this requirement for bear-proof containers, but I didn't see a requirement that everyone in town use bear-proof containers.
Well, let's discuss that because that should be. I thought that was a requirement because at the visitor center, we have bear proof.
I think
dumpsters.
we encourage it, but there's no ordinance, I don't believe, for it.
I mean, it's not such a big deal in an individual house, like at our place, we have fucking people driving up watching the bears in the freaking dumpster, and they're throwing stuff all over town. So I don't know if it's such a big deal for pumps. Disposed of properly, how does that sound? Something.
I would just say in appropriate containers and disposed of properly.
Okay,
Inappropriate.
so get rid of bear proof.
Just bear-proof.
Okay,
If you want to put
Alright.
bear-proof containers are encouraged, that's cool.
That's a good
okay,
idea.
yeah, we can
That's
do
a
that
good
after. Okay,
You got to pick one enforcement agency. You can't all do it. You'll step all over each other.
really?
Select
Um,
board.
I think
It's gotta be the select
because
board.
It covers a bunch of different things.
yeah.
How about select board or its designee? That way you can appoint someone.
Someone to go,
Okay,
you go look at that, that's a great idea, Clark, I like your idea.
So just select them.
I like how you guys are bonding.
just me. All right, violations.
Boy, here we go.
Okay, so if you're going to violate this ordinance, yes, there should be penalties under this ordinance. If you're going to violate other ordinances, those ordinances have their own penalties. So we're not going to punish people under this ordinance for violating other ordinances. We're going to punish them under those ordinances for violating
Okay.
those ordinances.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
So we're going to make that change. And the fines are fine, but then we start talking about suspending and revoking the permit, but there's no process in here for doing that. there's only a process to appeal. And if we've got the select board administering it, we've got an appeal of the select board being a appeal of a select board decision being made to the select board, which doesn't make any sense. So we sort of got to put in a process for how we suspend, how we revoke. You know, is it like with an employee? First we find them, then we suspend them, then we revoke them. Is it a revocation just for the 1 year period that they're registered, or is it permanent? And, you know, do we have like the building inspector enforcing this and then appeals are to the Board of Selectmen? So I just think the enforcement process needs to be thought through and fleshed out some more.
Okay, that's fair. I think we're not looking to revoke it completely and
No.
forever. We're looking to more or less revoke it until
They get
They-
compliant.
they get
till-
in
yeah,
compliance.
yeah.
The idea isn't to limit or take
Take
away
it away. for you.
their rights to have an STR. It's to make sure that people are safe. Like you said earlier.
Now, let me just throw one other thing out there.
Sure.
The problem with short-term rentals is almost always noise, trash, and parking.
Right.
Yeah.
If that is the problem you are having, why are we not just enforcing our noise, trash, and parking ordinances and not doing this?
I think some of the problem is we don't have contact information as to who do we contact, and so creating this gives us an opportunity to create that database
Right.
so that we know we have
What's
points of
going on, what
contacts,
owns it.
and we're making sure that where they are rentals that are turning over more consistently than a long term, that there are safety measures in place to protect the guests.
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
Yep.
Will that hold up?
Yep.
Okay.
So can you help us with this process down here, Laura?
I can.
Okay.
Maybe the building inspector should be the enforcer and we should be the appeals.
Laura?
Assuming, yeah, let's have Judy send me your warrant articles for your building inspector.
Yeah, right now, I don't think we can.
Right now, we can't,
I don't think so.
not until after town meeting, and we modify what the building inspector.
I will,
Power
but,
is.
yeah, it's, so. The gist of the article is that he was adopted to regulate the setback ordinance, and the building permit was really just adopted to regulate the setback ordinance. So unless they are changing the footprint of their property, right now, they currently don't need a building permit. Because,
Regardless of whether we're
We
doing
haven't
outside
adopted
signing
anything
or
else.
any of that other
Right.
stuff, they still don't need none.
so.
Mhm.
I
Well,
think-
look at it, Lauren, see what you think.
We could always go back and change the authority once we iron out the building.
Because you have to go back
position.
and put in the code anyway,
Yeah.
right?
So
Yeah, a
I
lot-
think we're best off to leave it
It's-
as the board of selectmen right now, and then,
Okay, and then we can tweak it.
right,
Yeah.
tweak it if we find the need.
I don't think we wanna be jerks about this anyway.
No.
I think if there's a problem, we want them to fix it, that's all. It's not.
So are you suggesting on this last one, number 3, the appeals, at this point in time, we should just remove that, or?
Let me think through it. They
Okay.
almost all have that in there, that the board is the enforcing authority and then the appeals are to the board. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But
Well, they
maybe
could
we
have-
can put in some sort of challenge, like sort of like they have
Yeah.
in workforce housing, that like, you know, the fine doesn't go into effect until there's like this ability to have a hearing or something.
Mhm.
Sure.
That sounds great. Alright. So we got some work to do on this one, but that's okay, but not bad.
Yep.
Maybe.
Thank you, Laura.
You're
You've been-
welcome.
You've been inspirational as always.
You took killing me today.
Get up early for you, Scott.
Oh, there you go.
Appreciate you taking the time.
That
to work
is
with
fine,
us.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you, have a good
welcome.
day.
Good day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Okay. All right.
He is. Yes.
Oh, yeah, we're.
Do you reject these?
No, and
Okay.
I think you guys have got, we're gonna have a talk after.
All right, so up next, we have adoption of minutes. So we have the November 12th minutes
Yeah, I'm gonna,
aren't opening.
no, because did you read the?
The minutes, please. All right. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes as? Oh.
Is anything coming up there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Can I see what you're seeing?
yes, please do.
Cause I see differently than.
Oh, this is right here. Presented. Oh, I didn't even see that because I was looking, oh, just my touch screen's broken today. I saw this underneath it.
They, okay.
Alright,
So
so I make a motion to table the minutes from November 12th. Do I have a second?
yes.
Alright, all those in favor? Aye. Alright,
While we're on that, have we seen any contracts signed from the Ice Castle yet?
I think we got it right here,
It's on your agenda.
right here.
yep, right below, 4.3.
That-
So we're moving right on to 4.3.
It's all done.
This is their certificate of liability.
He signed all the agreements, it looks like, so
Yep.
they're in good shape.
We fixed one of my boo-boos.
And they've actually done it before they started. I think this is a record. All
Alright, so, these you guys have already approved for me to send to them, they didn't make any changes. But we decided to let them sign off, provide their certificate and bring it back for you guys to sign after we had
Right.
insurance and stuff, so. I just really need motions, nothing got changed, other than, well,
Motion to accept it.
That corrected the date.
I make a motion that we accept the Ice Castle agreements.
for Clark Farm Road, and
And water.
Perfect.
I'm gonna send them around.
Right.
The two things.
Okay, so we got a motion on the table. Do I have a second?
Yes.
Alright, all those in favor? Aye. Now a request for payment from the Woodstock Firefighter Fund,
Wait a minute here,
wait a minute here.
Fundraiser.
number 5,
Oh, let's finish this one and we'll go back to 5.
okay,
So, so I make a motion to accept the request of payment to be made out to Ann Engler in the amount of $289.12 for wreath salad. Do I have a second?
Yes.
oh, no, I'll go get, okay.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Don't let the
Okay.
sleeve touch
Aye.
any of my papers, please.
So next, we have New Hampshire DOS Highway Safety and Equipment.
Did you accepted the gift too?
Yeah, I didn't see the gift. I only have a wreath fundraiser. Oh, yeah, below that, yep.
I miss getting this.
So I make a motion to accept the gift in the amount of $3,590 as a donation received from the wreath sales to the established Woodstock Firefighter Fund. Do I have a second? Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Great. That's
Well,
really
to
good.
myself.
I got 2 myself. It's
Very nice
they were
job.
very
I
nice.
want, I did, they usually ask me to do it, that's the show.
They did a lot in pre-sales,
Yeah,
like,
they
I
did.
got, when I got there to pick up mine, she's like, we had 6 to sell.
But pretty much, they did less wreaths, but they pre-sold basically all of them, so.
Yeah.
It was basically, it was the thing on the square was basically a pickup as opposed to a sale.
Right,
On the phone, they do a nice job.
they do a really nice job.
No, mine delivered.
Oh,
Fancy.
you're special.
Well, crossing Carroll Park, where the truckload, and we happen to be on the truck,
Nice.
yeah.
Alright. Just say how much this program really bothers me. I can't ever get
I know,
on
it's
the agenda. Alright, so next we have some New Hampshire DOS highway safety and equipment grants. Were you guys able to review those grants?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so I make a motion to accept. They're two separate ones, aren't they?
So, right in the middle, I have your exact verbiage that needs to be used, but before, we have to have a motion to and
So-
seconded to accept both the grant and the amendment to the grant, and then you can go on to read that verbiage.
Okay, so. We make a motion to accept. The highway safety grant in the amount of 13,400. And the amended, along with the amended grant terms and the other grant in the amount of $45,078.74 as presented.
It's the same grant,
Same grant.
just an amendment.
Sounds good.
Right,
So,
Sure.
so now, no, you.
okay, so that motion's on the table to accept the grants.
Right,
Do I have a second?
Yeah.
All those in
Let's
favor?
not take that.
Aye, okay. So, now, the select board in a majority of vote has accepted the terms of the highway safety grant as presented in the amount of 13,400 and the amended grant terms in the amount of $45,078.74 as presented in the grant agreement amendment notice for an adjusted total grant limitation of $58,478.74. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Uh,
Aye.
now.
Did we get that right? Okay.
Alright, first, we got 1-1, and then who's going to be the authorized signer?
Sure.
Sure.
Alright, so,
She's.
and then you're gonna all, there's tons of pages you're gonna initial. So, one there, and there, and then, oh, I think all of you. Right here, sorry. You can follow all of those,
Oh, good times.
and then here, I believe,
Oh my god, it's cutting back.
one. On page, review the language on page 2, 3, look at this go, page 10 bucks. I understand that. Yep, it's yours.
Alright, authorized contracts summary right here.
Yep. There too.
Archie, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Good. Good to see you.
Judy didn't send me those Zoom links, so I figured I'd come over. That was awesome.
Immature, I found it for the general's office.
I just bought it. We just-
Sign that.
That's sweet.
No way, that's awesome.
Yeah, wow. We don't have any furniture. Like literally no furniture. Camp chairs. I love it. It's awful. Oh, wow. Oh my God, this. You're roughing it over there. Yeah. So.
Does the camera go over there?
No, the campers are.
Oh, good. You fucking want.
See? There's nothing else in this. Oh, sorry.
Scott.
Oh.
13, what do you got? No, hold on. 11, 12.
How you doing?
No, it's down, look at 13, 21.
I know, it's weird.
22. Okay.
Alright, yeah. Just your initials and then date. And those are front and back. Oh, two.
Second.
Yeah.
I think that's it. We got 50, no, it's 50 something. But we have 7, 7, so something.
Um,
On that one.
and then.
Worse than signing a mortgage.
DocuSign.
All of them.
Well, we might be on something, let's create it.
That's it.
I'm gonna go get that and then fold them.
Right?
Picture of. You start here, and then all of these.
No, you're notarized.
Yeah. Mhm. No, this is the amendment. That's the quote, so you're all set.
And then date.
That's, yes.
Just, okay, no. Well, you're
That's what that I'm saying.
He doesn't, he hasn't signed yet. We skipped along.
Oh, they're going to alpha wedding. Great, great. Yeah, see? Love it. Oh, that's funny. That's some sin in the Caribbean. Umbrella group.
yeah, around my way. Go to the phone, this round. That's gonna give you my personal number and all sorts of stuff, so you can say that we have to have.
Alright.
Off the books.
Oh, yeah.
So you got those done, you got the three check requests. They give the acceptance, public participation, I guess. Did you gentlemen have something to bring forward? We just did your grant.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry I'm late. I was
That's okay.
I was
Don't let it happen.
No, that's okay.
Oh, boy.
I apologize.
Oh, good stuff.
Great.
Totally.
I figured you were out on the road.
Yeah, definitely.
Things are going good?
Things are going very good. Yeah, absolutely. We're just finishing up our background process for another officer that we had given a conditional to, so that's really good.
Great.
Things are going really, really well. Yeah, yep,
Excellent.
very good. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. We're excited about Winterfest. Yeah, we're super excited about that. I cannot wait. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, we're doing good. Our numbers look good. Stats wise are good. The officers are very proactive. It's good. Yep.
Did you have some residents that took advantage of the program with, drive-bys of their house while they were away and the holiday?
We sure did. Yep, it's been good. Yep.
Yeah, that's
was
nice. That's a
great.
nice.
Yeah,
Added
sure, absolutely. Yep. And that's offered year round, so that's great. A lot of
Yep.
people do that. Yep. So
Good.
that was nice. And then, yeah, things are looking really well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're working on transferring our reporting software.
Okay.
We have one program that we use currently. It's kind of clunky. It works really well if you were a dispatcher, but it's not intuitive at all.
Okay.
So we're working on switching us over to a different system. It's the state's reporting system that's free. But that's cool.
Format words.
So that should give us some better data. It also has payroll modules and a whole bunch of other operable features, so that should make some of our life a lot easier.
Excellent.
So we're working on that. Concurrently, they've now changed all of our reporting software at the federal level. So we used to do NIFRS reports, National Fire Incident Reporting System. And now we do NERIS on January 1, which is National Emergency, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
So so we're having a little learning curve on getting all these pieces to all mesh together, but we'll get there.
Great.
We're working on, I think most of you follow us on social media. We're working on being a little more active on social media, letting you know what we're out and about doing, because I think that's fair.
They both
Like,
are really good about doing that, so it's
I think
nice.
that's fair.
Yeah.
We're not
Drives a
gonna,
lot of people, trust me.
We're not-
Not used to it.
we're not gonna tell you that we go to a fire alarm every day, but
Yeah,
if we have a significant incident, we'll let you know that what we're doing, or if we have a road closed or something, we'll try and get
that's
it
great.
out, so.
Reporting on that highway accident and people were very appreciative of
Because
that.
they,
I heard a lot about
get
that.
around it.
Yeah,
So we're just trying to increase our engagement with everybody for that sort of stuff. Grayson will graduate on next, hold on, I gotta find it. Next Friday, the 12th, Grayson will graduate from firefighter 1, so a bunch of us are gonna go down to the fire academy for a graduation ceremony for him. So we've got a member coming out with firefighter 1 certification. He did that down in Rumney, so that's really exciting. And then we're just working through the end of the year. We blew the budget out with broken trucks, but we're limping our way through. And at some point we should have a conversation about the payroll system. I've got an idea. I brought it to my officers last night. They were on board with it. So if it works for you guys, then it will probably work for us and we can massage it to get that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
probably sooner rather
Should
than
we
later.
work on scheduling a workshop to do
Yeah.
that?
We're
Yeah.
working. That'll be
Let
good.
us know what your, shoot Judy an email, your availability and.
Till April. Till April.
I'm
That's
just
my availability.
on the top of the town building and I'm just gonna flick it. when
Right,
I-
yeah, we're putting a bat signal on the roof, and I'll just see it from my house and.
And there's no excuse.
You have a house now?
So we rented one on Steel Drive. So we're
Nice.
literally across the street here, and we have a year lease on it, so we're back early. My wife is still my wife. Through all of this, she's a trooper.
It is.
So, yeah,
The sun.
And we're very thankful, tell her.
you're right, yeah, she could be in Milton, Florida right now, where it's not snowing.
Yeah.
And she's walking our German Shepherd out in the snow right now, so.
So one of these games really good. I'm going in about 20 minutes.
We started the process for the Knox box program. So our portal is live for any businesses that want to go on board and get the boxes to get them installed on their properties. We need some funding for key securers to secure the keys into the fire apparatus. So that's the hang up right now is.
We're just kind of.
Is it on the website where you go to get it?
So it is, we haven't built the link yet because we don't have if you know that we're doing it, I can get you to Knox and you can.
No, whenever you're ready.
But we haven't put the link up because I don't have the keys
Okay.
secured into the apparatus yet for us to use them, so.
So you
so-
maybe make a post. on
But
that.
yeah, we will publicize the heck out of it once
Okay.
we're fully operational.
Get it right away.
We're watching Judy and I are watching the bottom of the budget and seeing where we're at to see if we can order the key securers now or if we have to wait till next. budget cycle.
We're just watching the bottom line right now and trying to get a feel for what the next couple weeks look like for payroll.
Okay.
And then we'll see where we're at.
Pretty tough for him to tell who's gonna burn down next. No, I didn't.
So.
I'm gonna go.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
You thought you were done raising children.
That's gonna say that's what happened.
Do we have anything else that needs to come before us? No?
Not
No.
public.
Okay. Well, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn at 9:24 AM.
Second.
Okay.
All right, all those in favor?
Uh,
Aye.